What's up YouTube, Andre here guys, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the XA2 and everything there is to know about it. Sony have recently announced this phone and it's yet to be released, so let's see what this phone is all about and get straight into this video. Now Sony have decided to name this phone the XA2, which is the next upgraded version from the XA1. Now let's start off with the design and what's changed from the XA1 to the XA2. Now the most noticeable difference is this sensor placement of the rear camera. Now I don't know about you, but I really like this. It also means that when you're taking a picture, it means centering the image is a little bit easier because the camera is on the center of the back. And the next thing you'll notice is that Sony have added a fingerprint sensor on the back, which the XA1 never actually had. Notice that the LED flash is also around placed next to the camera. I really like this, everything is just really clean. Now you may also notice that the top and the bottom bezels of the phone actually look much smaller compared to last year's XA1. And that's because they are. The XA2 now comes with a 5.2 inch display, so 0.2 inch bigger compared to last year's XA1, and it also has a 75% screen to body ratio. Compare that to XA1, the XA1 had a 70.5% screen to body ratio. So the screen is taking up more of this front display than last year's XA1, which is something that I very much welcome from Sony. Now this is where it gets interesting. Although the display is actually bigger, the phone itself is a little bit shorter, 3mm shorter compared to the XA1. So that sounds fantastic. So a smaller phone, bigger display, brilliant. However, the phone is actually 3mm wider to fit in that display and 1.7mm thicker. Now nobody really wants to see thickness increase in phone. However, the XA2 does have a curvature to the back, so I do think it's going to sit very well in the palm of your hands. Other than that, the earpiece is in the same position as last year, so at the top of the display, very close to the edge. I really like that. The front sensors are moved next to the camera, giving the phone an overall cleaner look. Now a lot of people might be really happy to hear that it still has a 3.5mm headphone jack on top of the phone, so Sony haven't got rid of that just yet. On the left of the phone you'll find the SIM and the micro SD card slots. Now this is all hidden by one cover, so very similar to the XA1, and the volume, power and camera buttons are all pretty much in the same position as last year, positioned on the right of the phone. This year Sony have also changed it up in terms of colors for the XA2. We have this beautiful light blue edition, and they now have got rid of the gold which we had on the XA1. Personally, I think the colors for the XA2 are brilliant. Combine that with premium materials and they're definitely going to give you a high-end feel of the phone. Now let's talk about the specs of the phone. I'm very excited to see that the new XA2 features a Full HD 1080p display, so a jump from the 720 on the XA1. It also has a 424 ppi, so pixels per inch density, versus the 294 on the XA1. This means that there are 424 pixels per inch of the display. This means that the display will be much sharper and much crisper and clearer for when you're reading text or just looking at images in general. In terms of the processing power, the XA2 features a Snapdragon 630, and for GPU it will come with Adreno 510. Naturally, this all means that you will see a boost in performance for day-to-day tasks and a boost in graphics power. Moving on to the camera. Now the back camera is very much similar to last year's XA1. Both feature a 23 megapixel f2.0 24mm lens with LED flash. However, the new XA2 can now record at 2160p at 30 frames per second with stereo sound recording, whereas the XA1 is only capable of 1080p at 30 frames per second. Now the front camera on the XA2 has an 8 megapixel f2.4 120 degrees wide angle camera. So when taking selfies, that wide angle will allow you to capture more in the picture, just like having a wider reach from yourself when taking a selfie. However, with such a wide angle lens, there is a risk of image distortion, so we'll have to test that out when the phone is released. Now in terms of the memory, the phone will come with 32GB of internal storage, 3GB of RAM, and a micro SD card upgradable up to 256GB, and all this is identical to the XA1. Now other features that will get you excited about this phone is having Bluetooth 5.0. Essentially this means that you can connect two Bluetooth devices at the same time on the same phone. The phone also features fast battery charging with Quick Charge 3.0, and last but not least is a huge increase in battery size. The XA2 features a 3300 mAh battery compared to only 2300 2300 on the XA1. So that's 1000 milliamp increase in battery size. So definitely a significant increase in battery performance is what we expect to see. So that's Sony's XA2 for this year. I'm very excited to see things like a fingerprint scanner, a huge increase in battery size, Bluetooth 5.0 and a full HD 1080p display. Very excited about this phone. It's definitely a very strong contender for the mid-range market and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Let me know what you guys think of all these features. What did you think of this new light blue color, or are you gonna miss the gold on the XA1? Leave all the comments down below. I do aim to read all of them. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support that you're showing me. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day.